Okay, okay. I found out recently that a new convention is starting up in Raleigh at the start of 2024. For those wondering what this is, it's basically one of Galaxycon's sister conventions, the Animate branch, specifically Animate Raleigh. This will occur January 5th through the 7th. Now, for the record, I'm not going to this con because of commitments. Why? What commitments am I talking about? Putting the Christmas decorations away. Helping my mom put the Christmas decorations away. But that's not the thing that bugs me about it. I'm going to run down the guest list for this. And here's where I'm finding a little confusion. Most of these I expect them to show up for, but some of them I am mad about, but I'm not going to bother with it. Anyway, the entire cast, all four girls of Team Ruby, Lindsay Jones, Kara Eberly, Aaron Zach, Barbara Dunkelman, Roger Clark, Rob Whitehoff, Stephanie Young, David Arrigo Jr., Vincent Martella, Kashi Tang, Anna MacArthur, Ann Yakto, Jason Douglas, Jarion Bosch, Jad Saxton, Michelle Ruff, Alexis Tipton, Don M. Bennett, Jamie Markey, James Urbaniak, Gary Anthony Williams, and Dana Snyder for voice acting. Those run of the mill, even if Jamie pisses me the fuck off and I wish I could knock her head clean off her shoulders, her showing up is no shocker. But if you look at the guest list, there is one name I did skip. Whose was it? Eric Vale. And here's where I'm puzzled. Now, I've told this story a couple of times before, but turn the clocks back to 2017. Eric Vale got kicked out of Animazement that year. For what? Well, throwing a hissy fit after he had given his badge to a 5-year-old girl, and the con staff and the venue staff basically got on his case for not having a badge. This led to him getting kicked out and barred from supposedly coming back. Those who don't believe me about this, ask people who were at the con that year. Because trust me, I searched high and low for Eric that whole weekend. For those wondering who showed up at that con, at least on the English side, David Vincent, Kira Buckland, Trish Ledoux, Jez Roth, and Linda Young. I basically went to Kira Buckland, but you could ask either David, Linda, or Kira, and they'll give you the whole scoop of what happened that day. That weekend. No joke. So why is Eric being allowed back? I thought he was barred from being in Raleigh in the Raleigh Convention Center for all time after that hissy fit. Did they work out a plea deal to let him off the hook and come back for this one? If so, why won't they do it for Vic? Oh wait, that's right, I forgot. They threw Vic under the Crunchyroll threw Vic under the fucking bus for crimes he didn't commit in an attempt to cover up their own depravities in terms of sexual harassment, pedophilia, and domestic abuse. Double standard and hypocrisy from from the convention center and this con. Now, granted, this is the debuting Animate convention, Animate Raleigh, so I won't hold it too much against them, but I still hold it against the venue nonetheless. That is disgusting when you ask me about that. If you ask me, I mean, to be fair, Vic hasn't been back in Raleigh since 2018 for the main Raleigh Galaxy convention. But the point is still applicable. That you're willing to let Eric off the hook for road as hell to hell paved in good intentions scenario, even though he threw a damn fit over it, which was the main reason you barred him. And yet you're not willing to bring Vic back because of a bullshit lie that he had no involvement in and felt like his only way out was to sue the company that did him wrong, even though it went nowhere. Hideous. Now, again, I have no intention of going, even if I had intentions of going to this convention, I can't due to the commitments of having to take the Christmas decorations down when this con happens. The other trade-off is that it's going to rip away revenue from Ichiban Con, which is doing 2 conventions the same way they did 10 years ago with Ichiban Con 4 or 5. I think it was 4 when this happened. That said, I find it disgusting that the Raleigh Convention Center would go back on their word because of that. If it was a permanent attempt suspension of like 5 or 6 years, then fine, I get it. Because this would be technically 5 years if they're not counting the COVID postponements. Even though technically it would have been 6.5 to 7. But whatever. Leave a comment, smash the like, and sub to the channel. This is Mets228 signing out. Goodbye, and good night. Bang. I'm too pissed to say what I normally say at the end of these. Anyway.